Hi, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Liv.
And this is the Mach-E vlog. But today we are at the North American International Auto Show. We're going to take a tour of all EVs that we can find.
So let's go.
So of course we have to start here with the brand new 2024 Mustang Mach-E Rally. We just filmed a video on this, and behind us, Monroe Live is filming
with Donna Dixon.
She's the lead engineer on the Mach-E now, and they're filming a video. So look out for their video specifically on the Rally, but look out for ours as well.
And let's pan around since we're right here.
And we're going to go ahead and switch the camera around.
Yeah. This is Grabber Yellow. It's so cool. These are new colors that have come to the Rally and are coming to the rest of the line. Do we know if the yellow is coming to the rest of the line?
They haven't announced any other 2024 info. Only on the Rally. We're hoping to get some of that very soon.
I hope that this one comes to the rest line, and that is Glacier Gray. Looks super phenomenal. Just so cool to see these in person.
And again, we have a full video of this. It's a GT Performance Edition with different suspension, different wheels, raised up a little bit, and the front fog lights. So look for that video, but let's go we're not going to find every single Mach-E here, because there's
a lot of Mach-Es.
There's a lot. There's like a select over here.
Space white,
and then we'll skip the Maverick, because unfortunately that's not electric, but they do have a F-150 Lightning Platinum Black. We just filmed a video on that as well. Oh, I missed the bed liner when we did our video. Small detail, but this is a blacked out matte wrapped, and you can see like there's the gloss paint, but then the actual exterior, the trunk is wrapped in a matte black or satin black, I guess. So that's actually fantastic to see. I don't know if there's other Lightnings down there, but that's okay. Nope. And next we found Kia. So of course they have the EV6. Love this screen.
We have a full video with the EV6 GT if you're interested, but this does look fantastic.
And they were coming out with a special edition green. I think this might be the special edition that they just announced to celebrate basically some of the awards and stuff that this has won. And then here's a white one, and this is a GT, and you can tell with the green brake calipers. We loved driving the EV6 GT. The range gave us a little bit of anxiety, but it's really, really fun EV to drive. And then is this electric? Because it's a Nero, but I don't think this is the electric one.
Let's have a look.
And gosh, it's so hard to tell.
This is electric.
Nero electric, yes. So yeah, another Kia that's electric. Very
We're not
cool.
sure if there's a different Kia area, but this is a petite little showing of their offerings.
Okay.
On to the next.
We have Toyota next to us. I don't think we're going to find anything there, but let's go look.
Now we're at Toyota, and we have the Toyota BZ4X. You can check it out here. There is no frunk. Which is a bummer. But this, of course, shares a platform with the Subaru Solterra and the Lexus RZ450e. Patrick's almost falling over stuff. Yep. We do have a full video with the Lexus if you're interested in that. Pretty similar, but stand out about the BZ4X is a whole bunch of cladding and pretty good ride height. Not as good as a Solterra though, right? What is it, 7 inches?
Solterra is slightly higher.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is the range is not great on these. The charging is not fantastic, but it's actually, other than that, fantastic car.
Yeah, we have yet to drive it, but I think we probably should.
Yeah, I definitely still at least want to drive it, but it's those are two negatives on that. But we're going to move on. We're going to avoid, there's doing press conferences to our left, so we got to find a different direction.
Yeah. We're in Fiat. Obviously, a super popular EV here would be the Fiat 500e. We have a really special one, and that is this Bulgari. We actually saw it before. I can't remember where, maybe New York.
I think it was New York last year.
But I think that this is actually made with real gold powder from some of the jewelry. You can actually see it just like little embellishments all over. Obviously, this is a one-off, but the Fiat 500e is one of the more affordable used EVs that you can find, and it's a really fantastic option. I haven't looked at the prices recently, but I'd imagine it's well under 15,000, maybe 10,000. I don't know.
For
we'll
what?
have to look.
Oh, used
For a
EVs.
Fiat 500e. Yeah, it's a fantastic little EV, and it's cool to have small, affordable options. This is not one of them, though. I wouldn't even want to know how much.
They are going to bring the 500e back over, but they won't be like this.
Yeah.
Dodge doesn't have any production EVs here at the show, but they have the Dodge Charger Daytona SRT concept. You probably have seen or actually heard this one because it has like the fake external engine noise. Sounds pretty cool, but something that I probably would never use. And of course, it's just a concept, so we don't want to spend too much time on it. Looks fantastic. Looks really amazing. I love like the light bar across the front. All of it looks really nice, but it's a concept. So let's move on.
Hit record on your mic. Good to go. Wait. I think we should include that.
Yeah. Okay, we are here now with the 2025 Ram 1500 Rev. We saw the concept of this. The concept looked amazing. It looked fantastic, futuristic, interesting, like concept of the inside of how the chairs were going to pivot and all this other stuff. Well, this is what we get. And I am almost like disappointed, but in a different way, that they showed us the concept, because this looks really nice. I love the front fascia on this, the light up logo. It looks futuristic enough, and they've done enough to take their truck and bring it into the future, make it EV. The EV platform, if Liv will pivot over here on the left, you can see they're going about it the right way. But when they showed us the concept and then this a couple of months later, it was a bit disappointing. But if you ignore the concept and just see like this is coming out, it's really great to see. Now, the other thing that's a little bit negative, of course, is like Ford is going to have their Lightning out for a few years. They're going to be getting close to their second generation. The Rivian's been out for a while. The Silverado's going to be out. It's actually in production now. So by the time they get this out in 2025, it's feeling like a first generation when everybody else is going to be deep into first generation or very close to second generation. But other than that, really excited to see this and see Dodge Stellantis finally getting onto the EV swing. But let's find the next one. Okay, now we're sort of in the like collection of cars. These manufacturers aren't necessarily here, but there are cars from each of them. So like we have the Polestar 2. This is the 2024. They've redesigned the front, made a lot of technical changes as well, so it has better range, more power. It's neat because they label the mid-range radar, and if you don't know, like on the side, let's go over to the side real quick. They also like always put like it has an 82 kilowatt hour battery, 220 kilowatts of power. It's interesting how they label it. It's almost like giving some of the specs on the car. The one in the back, of course, is just because it's a demo. Do want to show you this. It's a Jaguar I-Pace. You guys, this is like the forgotten EV. It's been around for a while. We actually considered this when we were looking at the Mach-E, eliminated it because it didn't have quite as much space as we needed. Fantastic EV. You can actually find a lot of these used. Great deals on them. But we're going to keep walking back. Most of these are not EVs, which is unfortunate, but there are a few scattered through here. Liv's going to show you the next one from Mercedes.
Now we got to drive the EQS sedan and the EQS SUV. Those are hyper luxury cars. They're in the mid 100,000s. This is the EQ.
B.
Which is it? EQ.
B.
I'm terrible at remembering things. This is way more our price range. This is in the mid 50s. I would love to spend some time in this car. Obviously, the EQS SUV was a huge amount of luxury, but this would be great to spend some time in.
56K, which is sort of surprising. It's not the best EV that they make, but it is sort of, if you want a Mercedes and you don't want to spend $100,000, this is like their entry level EV SUV.
And it looks pretty large.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good size.
That's what you're looking for. What else do we have? We found more Mercedes. Probably makes sense that they would have more because they have a lot of offerings. And this is the EQE. So this is sort of in between the EQB and the EQS SUV. So many E's.
They need to work on their naming system.
I know,
right?
They really do, and I'm pretty bad anyways. And then we have the EQS 580. And we got to spend a full week with this. It's just like the SUV, super luxury, absolutely phenomenal, very expensive.
I think we had the 450 something. When we had the EQS
Oh, we had the
sedan.
580 SUV and the 450 sedan.
But we call this the Jelly Bean look. I think that's Mercedes styling cues on this. And fantastic luxury in these. And
the Jelly Bean look, if you want to check out video, that is to give it a really fantastic coefficient of drag, which is like 1.2 or something. So it's very, very efficient, and you like
0.21 or something.
0.21?
Yeah.
0.21?
Yeah,
very low, very low. Very efficient.
As you know, or may not know, Porsche Taycan is one of my favorite EVs. I would love to like have this in my garage. This is just a plain Taycan in a boring white, but I love this white actually. It's super great. Of course, we're excited. Porsche, there's been Porsche Macans out testing EV versions. So hopefully we'll see that within the next year here in the US. But look at that. It's just such a fantastic looking EV. Maybe one of these days we'll get a press loaner and we get to do a full review on that because I just absolutely love it. I've driven one for the first time. A viewer let us take it on a short drive.
Thank you, Ron.
Yes, thank you, Ron. It was very much appreciated.
Yeah, Patrick's even more sold.
Yes. This is the BMW iX. We're starting in the rear of the car because this is the best looking angle of this. If you like the beaver teeth, more power to you. It's not my favorite look.
Or kidney beans.
Kidney beans, whatever you want to say. I call it beaver teeth. But here's the front graphic that it's just not to my liking. I've sort of grown used to it. Fantastic EV, very, very nice riding. You know, everything that you expect from BMW. And we're gonna go take a real quick look over here. I'm gonna grab this Live like this one when we did a review of it. But we gotta go meet some people. So we're gonna do this and then take a little bit of a break. This is the Lexus RZ 450e.
And we have, like Patrick said, a full video on it. Big things about it. I found it really pleasant to drive. It's a really comfy cabin. It has the electrochromic roof, so you touch and it goes opaque. And by opaque, it's sort of like, it looks like frosted glass. It's super cool. We really enjoyed this. It just does have sub 200 range in reality, so that was a challenge, but it's still a pretty cool offering.
We're jumping over here quickly to the EV test track. There's a Lightning getting ready to do a launch. There's a Lyriq, Tesla Model X. Here's a BMW iX. We'll just zoom in a little bit. Wait, there's the BMW i4. What was that? Oh, that was a Tesla Model S.
There's a Rapid Red Mach-E coming up. Ooh, and check out the green on this BMW.
This BMW i4 just pulled over.
In like an olive green.
By the way, we didn't mention it. That's the Mach-E. I was thinking it was a Select, but that's actually the Premium with the new wheels that are coming on the Premium.
They look really, really good.
And you can see right in front of us, we have a Chevy Bolt that they're doing test rides in. There's the Lightning going by. A really exciting area if you want to just like come down and get a quick ride. There's the Hummer EV down there pulling in to pick up somebody else. And there's one already picking up some new passengers. Oops, I didn't point the camera that well. But very cool. I love seeing the test track all the time. Of course, it's a noisy area. So let's continue on. Here comes a Lyriq. So we'll just let that go by and then we'll stop it, I think. I like the front lights on the Lyriq a lot. And the back is interesting, but I'm sort of growing to like it.
And we missed this going around the first time, probably because there are not that many people signing up for this, but I think it's kind of exciting. It's the ID4. They're the only vehicles that actually have like their name written on the side, which is, I don't know, but I like the red that they brought, and I think they're a great offering and a great vehicle to have here.
Especially these are made in Nashville, Tennessee, so they get the $7,500 tax credit. Look at that Bolt, sort of showing that it has some pep too.
Yeah, it really does. We got a lot of red going on.
We do, I just noticed.
Weird, yeah. We had the Rapid Red Mach-E, and that Bolt's coming right now.
I get it? Here we go. We'll get the...
Kind of a similar red to the ID4.
This is a neat little corner because like you get them
you get the
doing
overlap.
different things.
Yeah, like everyone's turning in the background. I love this stuff. I'm glad they have these varied courses.
Yeah, I sort of would like to ride in a Hummer. I'd like to drive one, but we don't have time for it in this video.
And there's a Hummer charging?
Yeah, is it? Yeah, it actually.
It's charging right in the middle. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Here comes another Hummer. We'll get this one and then we'll move on.
And we would totally get a ride in the Hummer if the line wasn't crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. We did just walk through. FYI, just bit of information. The Hummer had a big line. You can see like the line wasn't long at Tesla, but now all of a sudden it's quite a bit long. But most of them didn't have too much of a line. This is the media day, so of course there's not as many people out here. But the Hummer by far had the longest line out of anybody. And this isn't an EV, but they actually have an EV learning center here. They have a F-150 Lightning. And let's just walk in real quick. I know it's not an EV itself, but they have like an Autel charger. They have some information, looks like on residential charging. There you guys live. There's another Autel DC fast charger. So I'm assuming you can come out here and have your EV questions answered. So pretty neat to see that they are not only showing off the EVs, EV Connect.
A mid-core.
Mid-core. I think that's actually, if I remember from last year, Mid-core might be a Michigan company. Are you guys a Michigan company?
Yes, we are.
Yes, I remember that from last year. So he's not mic'd up, but he represents Mid-core, and that's one of their stations. EV Connect is the network that you would use to activate it.
The ID4s are not just on the track. There's also VW here, and of course the ID4s. I don't actually think that I've seen one in black yet. And there's this whole row of black vehicles, so it's sort of blended in, but I think it looks really sharp. I don't understand why the ID4 doesn't get more press or attention. They're great vehicles. We haven't driven in a Tennessee one, but I really enjoyed it, the one that we drove in, and I just think they're really capable and they're cute, and
it's underappreciated for what it is.
It's underappreciated, yeah.
But it's also like not the most flashy, fast vehicle as well.
And then we have Chevy.
So let's go dive into Chevy. Okay, we don't do hybrids, but we have to make a stop here. This is the Chevy Corvette E-Ray. It has a 1.9 kilowatt hour battery. I believe it's like 0 to 60 in like 2.5 seconds, 655 combined horsepower, but only a 1.9 kilowatt hour battery. But we just got to throw this in. We're not going to do hybrids in this video, except for that. But we are going to take a look at what else Chevy has. And of course, we have the Bolt EV over here on my left in blue. We have the Bolt EUV over here on my right in the silver gray. Very popular. They are going out of production, but they have announced that they're going to bring the Bolt back on the Ultium platform, which we don't know if that's going to significantly increase the price or if it's going to be significantly changed. We don't really know, but it is going out of production in its current form very soon. And then, of course, now we're going to get over to the next phase for EVs for Chevy. This is the Chevy Blazer over here in red. They just opened up orders. We actually put in a request or reservation or whatever on the Blazer. We just got invited to convert our reservation into an order. We're not going to do that. And, still think the car looks great and it's fantastic. One of the big reasons, and I've heard this from a lot of other people, they're not going to allow Android Auto or Apple CarPlay in the Blazer. So it's a huge turnoff for us. Plus, we don't need a car at this time. So let's just keep on moving. I do see the Silverado over here. Of course, Silverado is going to be, we're still looking at the Blazer. There's the Silverado. It is Chevy's electric truck that's coming out next year. Actually, they started producing these in the work trim. The consumer trim will be coming next year. It is has some advantages over the Lightning, as in it charges quite a bit faster. So an 800 volt system, just like the Hummer as well. It has some interesting stuff with the bed It has a front. It's not quite as big as in the Lightning, but it's still pretty impressive. It does have some onboard power as well, but coming into production now, and pretty pricey, but it's pretty good on the charging, which is going to win over a lot of people. And then I think the final one that we want to hit for Chevy is back here. Follow along with me. We're going to go check out the Chevy Equinox. This should be coming into production very soon. They keep talking about it. It's going to be, to me, I thought it was like the replacement for the Bolt, and that's why they were phasing the Bolt out, but it'd be a little bit pricier than the Bolt. So the fact that they're bringing the Bolt back, who knows what they're going to do with that. But the Equinox is supposed to be, in the 30s. We don't have any like when it's actually going into production or anything like that. We've seen this exact one at other auto shows. We're ready to actually see it in production, or at least pre-production, so that we can take a test drive and get some more final stats on it. As I've said before, I love the two-tone. It actually works really well here, doing the blue and the white. A lot of people don't like that, but you can get it in solid colors as well. It's going to have around a 300-mile range. But again, with the Silverado, with the Equinox, no Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Very controversial decision by Chevy. A lot of people are literally canceling the orders and reservations just because of that. But if you don't care for those, fantastic option. If you do care for it, let Chevy know, because they could still do it. There's got to be a way to allow Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And this is the first ever Sierra EV. This is a Denali. I don't know, we walked up on this and just seeing the front face, that's a lot of angles and textures and differences there. It's just a little bit odd looking at it from this angle. But on the side, of course, it looks like a truck. It looks really nice and slick. And actually, that's a really good angle. You add that front end there, I think it looks pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't, and I certainly don't think it looks bad. I think that it's kind of an interesting and abstract way to approach this. And instead of having just a flat blank surface, they added
some
a whole bunch of stuff, which is interesting. I think interesting is a good word. Really, really square wheel wells.
I mean, look inside and then we'll look at the rear. Yeah, it's very Hummer-like, of course.
Yeah. And that texture on the running board is
let me show the wheels. And then we'll show this. Okay, now. Oh,
that
yeah.
That texture is the same that's on the fabric in the seats.
Oh, yeah. I can't.
That
it's
pattern.
Really hard to show on the camera up here.
Yeah.
But let's see if I can do that. This is our first time. We've breezed through some of the other vehicles because we've seen them several times at New York Auto Show last year, LA Auto Show. But these that we're seeing for the first time are giving you a little bit more of a view. We still don't have a ton of stats and info on this until it gets out in the media drives.
It's really, really enormous. But is the bed small?
It's like Lightning size. It's probably 5.5 foot.
It just looks so much bigger and so much smaller.
And let's see. I know there's a Hummer right over here. Should we just walk around all of these gas cars?
Yeah, let's find the ultimate in big.
And then there's the Hummer. They actually have the Hummer SUV and the truck version. So let's go through a quick walk by of these. And even though we haven't ridden in one or even seen it in motion, of course we've seen these out and about. There's a lot of videos on these, like satin black or satin gray metallic.
I think it's actually olive.
Is it olive?
Yeah, I
thought it was
so.
gray.
It looks really, really cool.
You would think they would have good lighting at these auto shows, and they sort of do, but it's sort of plays tricks on your eyes in some ways.
It's not necessarily that good for cameras, but it's good for the humans.
And then you can see it has the 3 amber lights up high.
Hummer EV.
Liv likes that it says Hummer.
Yeah. I think that the first time we saw this, wasn't it last year's auto show in Detroit?
Yeah, it was last year in Detroit.
And it was
chaos.
Swarmed. I mean, it's definitely getting attention now, but literally we were sitting inside it trying to look, and people were shaking the car. They were so excited.
We'll take just a quick peek inside of this one, but I want to go and look at the truck. And also these colors here. We don't do this on all of them, but they have this display here showing all the different colors.
I think Aurora Metallic was what we looked at. Or Midshot Green? No, Moonshot?
No, yeah, it's very hard to tell.
I actually really like
You know
these.
what? I think it is a Moonshot Green that we saw.
They're really cool.
Look at that to that.
Neptune Blue Matte. I don't know how that's matte when that looks kind of sparkly.
It may not be accurately represented on there. This one has some of the lighter interior, so it's
hop right in.
Neat to see. Oh, there's copyright music, so I can't hop in there. Can you turn the volume down?
Yeah.
We'll take a look inside real quick. Okay, now we're in.
Welcome to my Hummer. This is interesting, and I'll apologize because we don't know very much about this, but
the T-top.
Yeah, tell me about it, Patrick. Do you know about this?
Oh, it's just like old school, like 1980s Trans Am that would have a T-top roof.
Really?
The dash looks pretty, like it has like this grunge industrial look inside. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's see if we can show. You can see some of the texture. I mean, the finishes are really cool. It almost, some of the textures almost feel like a Rivian on the inside, actually.
And I'm going to swing around to the back real quick and just show, like, I can stick my hand out through the back window. The window does go down back here. And then another thing I'm going to show down here, it looks neat. Can you see the speaker lift?
Oh, yeah.
It has a very interesting pattern on it.
It's topographical.
It's like, yeah, like
I love it.
It looks like the speaker was wet. It then dried off, and then it has like bubbles remaining on it.
It totally does. Maybe it did.
So anyways, and Liv's going to try to break things.
Oh, hey.
See how much storage there is.
Well, it's funny because we were talking about like where do you put your purse, and I find it hard to find vehicles that have adequate purse space. But if I'll take you can envision probably
Here,
from the
I'll just
side.
do like this. We're going to go to
Can you see how huge that is? So my little purse will definitely fit in there.
And hopefully I'm getting that because I have no idea what I'm pointing at.
I hope so too. Yeah, this is interesting, and you can cover the cup holders, which I think is kind of cool.
And I'm going to hop out and come around, and we'll look at the front with Liv.
Hello.
Hello. And it's interesting how this is like big flat.
Oh no, so that's where the cup holders are?
Oh.
I just thought that was interesting. So we have, let's say, the Lightning that has the fold down table. This gives you an option for a flat surface, but I'm not sure what you do with that. Like, why do we need that to close? What would you do with that, Patrick?
It would stay open the whole time.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
And then again, some neat textures here and finishes. But yeah, so that's the Hummer. You may have seen a ton of other videos, but I think we're almost done. There's a couple I know up front. We're going to go find those.
Hello, welcome to my Lyric. Haha, just kidding. So I am sore and I'm taking a break in this Lyric, and it's actually a pretty comfortable spot to be. So Patrick is going to show you the exterior of this. But something funny is that as soon as we walked over to this, I was like, I'm going to tell you all about how the door handle is similar to the Mach-E, and I like them, but they're not anymore. These are totally different now. They're just like the Hyundai, Kia,
Is that
Rivian.
reversed?
Huh?
Is that reversed?
Except reversed. And I personally don't like the reverse. Patrick, if you grab the handle.
Yeah, okay.
And show. So when you release the handle to get in the door, your hand is in the gripping part.
And it's like, it does want to pinch my hand there.
Yeah.
When I try to move it back.
We've been having a whole debate about it. But aside from that, there are some really cool things inside this cabin. And why don't we open the door the whole way and let me be lazy? But I think it's cool that the seat adjustment is very similar to what we've seen on the Mercedes EQS, which is especially cool because it allows you to actually sit in the position that you want to be in while you adjust it. Instead of going like this and then you're like, how? And I'll show you me. Yeah. So going like this and you're adjusting the seat or adjusting the seat here, you can do it and stay in that position. But this is a really gorgeous place to be. It kind of feels like the Kia EV6 in a way to me. What do you think?
It reminds me of the EV6 inside.
With this open
even with the
space
screen
and
as well.
The 2/3 screen and the dash. The textures and the materials in here are really gorgeous. So it's cool to see this here, even with the different door handles. All right, onwards.
And here is one of the final ones that we're going to look at. This is the Lucid Air. Sure, you've seen a ton of videos on this one. They're not like, they don't have like a full booth. It's just this one car that's here. I wish they would have brought a Lucid Air Sapphire. That's going to be really impressive. And then we have a couple more down here. Rivian, same thing. They don't really have a booth, but they do have two Rivians. They have the R1T over here on the left in black. R1T, T being for truck. This is what we were sort of talking about, the door handles. They're locked, but they come out this way, whereas on the Lyric, it's going to come out, the front is out. I think the Kia and the Hyundai do that same type of door handle as well, but black Rivian R1T, here's a white R1S, and it still always surprises me. The R1S is smaller lengthwise than the R1T. I think I would like the actual shorter size, but don't need either one of these in our house. But looks pretty cool seeing the white and the black side by side. It gives it sort of like a very classy look, having the white and the black. We're used to seeing the yellows, the blues, the grays in the Rivian. To see the white and the black next to each other, sort of, again, makes it a little bit classy. But I think that might be it. Behind over here, we're not going to go into this section and find all the EVs there. I don't think that'll be open for consumer days. This is sort of like all of the like suppliers and all the different aspects of the automotive industry. There's like wheeling and dealing going on back there. There's some EV charging companies that we'll try to connect with. And of course, they'll have like an EV on display. Like there's a company here that has a Lyric on display, for example. But anyways, let me grab this. We're going to go and do like this and wrap up our video. Hopefully we're in the frame because we want to thank you guys for watching. We love doing these all EV videos at each auto show. Which is your favorite EV that we saw today?
I'm pretty biased, but the Mach-E, obviously.
The Rally.
The Rally, because grabber yellow. But I love coming to these auto shows and doing this video because we see more and more EVs every year, and I'm excited for the variety to come, because like what I'm looking for is different to what other people are looking for. I want more petite little EVs, which we didn't really see any of, really. But a lot of people are looking for other things, and that's why we need more variety, and that's why every time we do this video, we're getting more. And hopefully it'll be like a 3-hour long video because there's so many to tour.
And I think we have some evidence that auto shows are still struggling to like get their like prominence that they used to have. There's still a lot of auto manufacturers that aren't fully represented here. So like the BMWs and stuff like that, they just had some cars on display, but they weren't really officially represented. Nissan's not even here. We didn't see Nissan.
Nissan's not here. We normally see Subaru at every auto show. If you like dogs and you like cars and there's a chance that there's an auto show by you, make sure that Subaru is going, because they always have like an adopted dog section. So it's a real bummer that we didn't see them here, but the Solterra it's out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why are they not here?
Yeah. No, it's just like people, the auto manufacturers are choosing to do their own events. And we'll just apologize for any EVs that we rushed over. We had to rush through a lot. We had a very tight schedule. We actually have a tight schedule now. We're hoping to get a ride with Blue Cruise 1.3 this afternoon.
Yeah.
So we'll try to do a video on that. If we skimmed over things too quickly, we apologize. We're trying to just sort of like hear the EVs if you're looking to come out to the Detroit Auto Show, NAIAS Auto Show.
NAIAS.
IAS, sorry.
And every time that we do stuff and you guys give us input or constructive criticism, we try to listen. So we really did try to take criticism that we've gotten from you guys, or input, let's say. Take it a little slower, show you the vehicle more. So we welcome your input, and if we mess it up, we will get better.
And thank you to everybody that does give us that thumbs up. Thank you to everybody that's a patron. Their names we're going to put down below. The Unbridled, the Engaged and Whisper. And as Liv said in another video, we picked up something for our Unbridled patrons to send out when we get home. Watch for our other videos. We have videos on Ford with the Rally and the Lightning Platinum Black. And we'll do other videos. So make sure you subscribe. Look at all of our Detroit Auto Show videos. We have the LA Auto Show coming up. And Wrap it up.
Just remember that whatever you drive, whether it's at this auto show or not, enjoy the ride.
Bye.
Bye.